He is known for his richly colored and expressionist works, often religious in tone, yet effective in portraying the vulnerability of humanity. He lived and studied in Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Paris, France. He worked with fellow avant-garde artists Marc Chagall, Georges Rouault, and Pablo Picasso. His collections can be seen in art museums throughout the United States. Abraham Rattner was born in 1893 in Poughkeepsie, New York. He began drawing at an early age through the encouragement of his parents. In 1912, Rattner left to study architecture, but then decided to enter into art school. To support himself in his early years, Rattner created illustrations for newspapers. World War I disrupted his art studies, and Rattner entered the U.S. Army, where he was a specialist in camouflage design. To Rattner, camouflage reflected many aspects of modern art in its form and pattern, which he used to perfect his artistic style. After the war, Rattner received a scholarship to study art in Europe. For the next 19 years, Rattner settled in Paris, where he was able to study and experiment with Futurism, Expressionism, Cubism, and Surrealism. Upon his return to the U.S., Rattner and author Henry Miller embarked on a mission to rediscover America. Miller writing about their experiences, and Rattner sketching them along the way. Rattner's friendship with Miller was an important one that lasted throughout his life. The 1940s brought Rattner's art acknowledgement and exhibitions across the U.S. He was quickly recognized as a leading modernist painter and a master colorist. In 1951, Rattner married Esther Gentle, his second wife, who was a well-known sculptor, printmaker, and painter. Rattner felt his paintings during the 1940s and 50s were romantic and self-reflective. But the 60s marked a new inspirational period in his work that reflected a more emotional response to inhumanity. Through the remainder of his life, Rattner devoted his time and efforts to education as a distinguished professor at many universities and art schools. Later, in collaboration with his stepson, Alan Lipa, Rattner opened an art school in Sag Harbor, New York, in the Hamptons. Though Rattner died in 1978, his art and legacy was passed on to Alan Lipa, benefactor to the Leepa-Rattner Museum of Art in Tarpon Springs, Florida. Lipa died in 2009, leaving the collection for future generations to enjoy. Opened in 2002 on the Tarpon Springs campus of St. Petersburg College, the 53,000 square foot building simulates the bow of a ship, a postmodernist nod to Tarpon Springs' nautical traditions. Within its award-winning design, the museum houses a 6,000-piece art collection, with permanent galleries for work by Abraham Rattner, Esther Gentle, Alan Lipa, and their contemporaries including Pablo Picasso, Henry Moore, Marc Chagall, Auguste Herbin, and Georges Rouault. The museum's 20th century collection was donated by Alan and Isabel Lipa. Artistic Journeys, the museum's 8 permanent galleries, focus on how individual and world events of the 20th century shaped the careers for a family of artists, Rattner, Gentle, and Lipa. The Early Years Gallery has an introduction to Abraham Rattner's early life, from his birth through his artistic training. The artwork featured here was created before 1920. The Paris Years Gallery features some of Rattner's paintings shown in Paris salons and surrealist works created in the 1930s as part of the Minotaur Group. Also included are drawings and watercolors spanning the 1920s and 1930s. The New York Gallery showcases Rattner's recognition as a superb colorist and one of America's leading avant-garde artists at the time. The works also reflect two tragic events of this period, World War II and the death of his first wife, Bettina Bedwell Rattner. The Contemporaries Gallery features changing exhibitions related to Rattner and often includes personal gifts from friends, including Le Corbusier, Marc Chagall, and Henry Moore. The painter of the Tragic Gallery, based on a name given to Rattner regarding themes in his later works, includes Old Testament images of Job and Ezekiel, references to nuclear annihilation in the Cold War, and reminders of the Holocaust. The Major Commissions and Late Works Gallery contains Rattner's stained glass, mosaic, and tapestry designs, which share space with some of his many paintings. Collections of Rattner's second wife can be found in the Esther Gentle Expressions Gallery. Gentle's whimsical sculptures and her work as a printmaker are prominently displayed throughout this gallery. The Lipa Abstract Dialogues Gallery features Alan Lipa's abstract art and spiritual expression. This retrospective gallery features work Lipa created in high school, paintings he showed in major exhibitions, and large masterworks that explore his theories of visual perception. The Challenges of Modern Art, the museum's interactive gallery, allows visitors to walk through one of Abraham Rattner's paintings and into an area where sight and touch are used for learning what art is. Visitors can enjoy a wall chronology of events in the 20th century, a full-size reproduction of Pablo Picasso's famous anti-war mural Guernica, and other hands-on activity areas. 2 additional galleries and other areas within the museum bring changing exhibitions to the Leepa-Rattner Museum of Art. The Leepa-Rattner Museum of Art is located west of US 19 at 600 Klosterman Road on the Tarpon Springs campus of St. Petersburg College. The museum is open Tuesday through Sunday, and admission is always free on Sundays. The facility is available to rent for private functions, art exhibits, receptions, and performances. For more information on the Leepa-Rattner Museum of Art and the educational programs it offers, please visit our website at www.spcollege.edu, keyword museum, or call 727-712-5762. The Leepa-Rattner Museum of Art, where you can experience a world of 20th century art through expressionist Abraham Rattner and his contemporaries.